participate in the discussion together. All right, so now, we should be live. Awesome. So my name's Miss Kinga. Today is February 5th, and this is Introductory Performance Seminar. And let's go ahead. And so just everybody make sure your original sound is enabled. And yep, you guys got your cameras on. Perfect. Okay, so let's start with Rose. And I'm going to share the piece here on screen so everybody can follow along. And, go ahead.
Also, today it's just kind of like a rough draft. Like I don't perfected.
Okay.
Reading.
Yeah, no worries. Are you gonna play the full piece?
Wait, I'm playing Allemande, right?
Is this? Where is the name? Oh, this one says Round Dance. Was it a different song? I can pull up a different song.
Allemande.
It was Allemande? Okay. Let me pull that up then real quick. Must have gotten maybe lost or something. Allemande. And it's from that Snell book, right?
I think so.
Let's check this one. Yeah, this should be the correct one.
Yeah.
Does this look right? Okay. Cool. Yeah, sounds good. All right, just one page. Okay, so you're playing Allemande, and you want to just introduce yourself and start playing.
Okay, so my name is Rose, and today I will be playing Allemande by J.H. Stein. Okay. Hold on, can I redo that measure? Okay.
Awesome. Very nice. Very nice. Good for a first draft. Definitely can see that the rhythm is there. The rhythm is very good. There was just a couple notes here and there that, I think that you can go back and improve and fix with your professor. But yeah, I think this is a great first draft. I think the rhythm can be challenging on a lot of pieces for many students. So great job with that. And then, so how long have you been learning this piece?
Just for like a week.
A week. Okay, very good. So what do you feel like has been the hardest part so far? Just
Um, getting the rhythm.
the rhythm. Okay. Well, you did it really good. So nice work there. And what about what do you feel like for next time, right? Because you said this is a draft. So what could you improve for the next time?
I think I could really improve on just polishing up and like getting all the dynamics and correct notes for next time.
Yeah, definitely. And just adding dynamics can do a lot already, right? Instead of just having it be flat at one sort of volume. Um, so that can be something to work on as well. I would focus first just getting through all the notes and like maybe the movements that might have been part of it as well. So in the second half of the class, I can have us go through maybe some of the movements in both of your pieces. So yeah, we'll look at that in a little bit. But nice job. All right, let's take it over to Grayson. So go ahead and introduce, hold on, let me get back to the right thing here. All right, so go ahead and introduce your piece here and yourself, and feel free to start playing when you're ready.
Okay. My name is Grayson and I'll be playing The Glass Slipper by William Gillett.
Nice. I hear you have an audience of your own back there too. Very nice job, Grayson.
That's my brother.
Nice. I'm glad he's supporting you here. So, I was very impressed by this last little run here. So nice work with that. I know it can be hard to keep those notes nice and even. So, yeah, overall, great job. Really good job here. I could hear all of the excuse me, little articulations. So like your staccatos were really prominent, really nice, just crisp and short. And then the dynamics as well were very evident. So nice job. Really good work.
Thank you.
How long were you working on this piece for?
Maybe like 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And anything about the piece? I mean, it's a little bit longer, right? 2 pages. What do you feel like was challenging about this piece?
Mm, Maybe like the end part.
The end, like that
Yeah,
scale
it
there at the
took
end.
a long time to
Mm-hmm.
get it.
I see. Yeah, and then you have like a little chromatic, right? Chromatic scale. Yeah. Really good, really good. And interesting how they have you play it with your left and then right, left and right. So,
Yeah, I was playing it with only my right hand a couple days ago, and then my professor said I needed to fix
oh, because of the way that it's written. Yeah,
it.
I would almost think that playing it with one hand is easier, but yeah, props to you doing it that way, the way it's written.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, I think both of your guys' pieces, there's definitely a lot to talk about in terms of movement. And there was something that I'd like to address actually really quick on Rose. Oh wait, because you did Alamon, so let me look at that. So, right, you guys know the drill. So for the second half of class, we're gonna talk about some movements, maybe some musical devices, or just learn something about each other's pieces, and then try it out on the piano. So Rose, if you don't mind just turning your camera back on so we can all participate in the discussion. So we're gonna start with your piece. Yours, there are a couple movements that I wanted to go over, but the first thing that not every piece has, so I'm just kind of seeing this as an opportunity to look at right now. I like to talk about musical devices when we have them in our pieces. So have you guys ever heard of imitation, sequence, or repetition? Either of those three? Yeah. I see a nod. Okay. Awesome. So over here, right, we have this little, I wouldn't even call it a run, but just these three notes, right? You could call it a little motif. So it goes on to this over here, and then this over here. So again, really short, or sorry, really small class today. So I'll just ask Grayson, right, because it's not your piece. Do you know what this musical device would be called that I just boxed these three little motifs here?
Like, what do you mean?
So how we were talking about, so I'll give you a hint in the sense that, so we have three musical devices or techniques, whatever you want to call it, but so there's
Repetition?
sequence, so you said repetition,
Well,
and
but
there's
it's not really the same notes.
right, it's not the same notes, but it does look like it could be, it does look like it could be a repetition, right? Because the rhythm is the same, but then we look closer and we can see that they're not exactly starting on the right or the same note, right? So do you know what that would be from this list here? So we have, so you said repetition, which not quite, right? Because it's not exactly repeating the same thing. So what would it, maybe from sequence or imitation, if you want to take a guess?
Maybe imitation?
So imitation, that's a good guess, but imitation actually happens between two different voices, right? So like the right hand or the left hand, if we had this happening in the right hand, and then let's say, see, it would happen not at the same time, so maybe I'll draw it over here. If it was like this, right, this would be an imitation, right? The circled part to the left hand part that I drew over here. So imitation, again, main thing is that it has to happen in a different voice. So it's kind of like a repetition, but instead of repeating in the same hand, right, or the same voice, it has to be played in the other one, okay? And then, so we're left with sequence, right? So sequence is actually what is happening over here, where, let me actually write this out. So a sequence happens when a motif is played, or no, I'll say moved around, example, by step, right? So here it's being moved around by step, right? You can see how the first note, this B, right? And then it steps down to A, follows through with the same rhythm and the same intervals, right? Same, like the intervals are just steps, right? It's just stepping down. And then again, stepping down from the first note into the same three intervals, right? So yeah, that is what we call a sequence. And there's actually another one happening on this page. So I'll let you guys look at it for a second, and then if you guys think you know the answer, just raise your hand and I'll call on you. Rose.
Measures 7 and 8, the right hand.
7 and 8. This right here, right?
Yeah.
Good eye. Very good. Very good. Right, because you can see they're stepping down, and then that first note is, right, that's what's creating the sequence, because those 3 notes as a whole are being brought down by step, right? And you'll see sequences by steps or skips, sometimes even further. So like maybe further jumps. So just don't think it's limited to steps and skips, because that's not always the case. Awesome. All right, let me go ahead and just take a screenshot about this with the repetition crossed out. That's okay. All right, so let's move to some movements. Okay, I'll probably just do one for each of you, because we are coming down to the last bit of class here. So let me think. I mean, this is a whole. Oh, I have an idea. All right, let's talk about this movement right here. And yeah, Grayson, if you want to tell me what's happening here in the box.
Repetition.
So the note is being repeated, but what about a movement that we're doing with our hand, right? You see,
Oh.
Look at the finger numbers. That should help.
I forgot what it was called,
Not sure?
but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay. Rose, do you know the name of that movement over here?
Don't know the name exactly, but I do know what's happening.
Right,
You're
like, wait, what'd you
finger,
say?
switching the finger.
Uh-huh, yeah, exactly. So we just call it pretty much that, finger switch. And the symbol for that would be, let me just erase this box. So when you guys see something like this, that is a finger switch, right? So that's our symbol for that. I don't think I see any other ones. And then there was another movement that caught my attention over here, right, in this sequence, where you have your second finger right here. I don't think we would call it necessarily a finger switch, but basically the 4th finger is moving to where the 2nd finger was before. Right, so that's another movement that I noticed in your piece. So yeah, let me just
Is it called?
that over.
That's what my professor said it was called. I'm not sure though.
Was it?
What actually fold means? Fold.
Oh, fold. Oh yeah. You could call it that, definitely. Right, because yeah, I think that's definitely the right word to use. Right, because our 2nd finger was there over here where the 4th was, so then the fold looks like this. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. You know, sometimes we also learn from our students, so there we go. So you got a fold and a finger switch in your piece. Very cool. So let's go ahead and try, I think since both of you knew the finger switch, and that movement is a little bit, I think, simpler, let's try the fold. So I'll let Grayson have a little bit of time just while Rose, if you can show us, you don't have to show your piano, but just if you can do the finger switch or sorry, fold over here. And then, oh, Grayson, you got it. Do you want to go first then, Grayson? Yeah, good. Definitely can hear the movement. And then what about Rose? Awesome. Very nice. Good, good, good. So that is the fold there. And then let's take a look at the glass slipper real quick. So five, two. Honestly, probably this last part will be the most interesting to look at. Yeah, maybe we can let me think. I'm gonna change it a little bit, and I want us actually to look at this chromatic scale, because this is something, yes, you can play with the left hand and the right hand, but kind of how Grayson was saying, she was playing it just with the right hand. And this is a really interesting and really useful thing, I'd say, for the future. Chromatic scales just pop up, randomly in certain songs. So it would be good to just learn how to do this. So Grayson, do you know how chromatic scales work and what fingers to use on the white notes versus the black notes?
No?
You're not sure? Okay. Rose, have you ever done chromatic scales?
Maybe, and I'm just not remembering, but I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, both of you have probably encountered them before. And I'd say the rule of thumb for chromatic scales is the black notes are played with your third finger. We actually just use the first, second, and third finger. So the black notes are played with the third finger. The white notes, where there is just one white note, you play it with your thumb. Where there is two white notes, so for example, B to C or E to F, those will be played with 1 and 2. Okay, so let me just finish writing the numbers on here. Let's just pretend that one doesn't exist for now. And I'm gonna write my own. So, right, we have F, so 1, and then F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. Right, so really all that's happening here is 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1. And then actually let's go to the 2. I think that would be helpful because then we have at least one example of us playing 2 white notes next to each other. Okay. So yeah, let's start on, this is F. You guys don't have to start on the super high F. You can just do it at any, I guess, octave above the middle C. So yeah, Grayson, you want to give it a try?
From where you drew the line?
Yes, from right here. So starting on F.
Oh.
Nice. Very good. And then you ended up on C, I think, right? Awesome. With your second finger. All right, Rose, if you want to give it a try, just doing the 1 3 1 3, landing on your 2. Very nice. Right, so this chromatic scale is ascending. So if we want to go back down, right, you would follow the same fingering. 3 on the black note, 1 on the white note, and then when you get to 2 white notes next to each other, you're going to play 2 1, right? Because that's the opposite of ascending. So very good. Awesome. Good work today, you guys, and good participation. Both of you did very well. So that concludes the seminar. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably around in Kaizen or another seminar. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Bye.